Welcome to Fluff in the Corporate Space by Saffron Conscious, where we strip away the noise and get to the heart of what really matters in leadership, connection, and human success. I am Mutsidi Sisilendane, the Corporate Heart Guide, and today we are diving into a topic that's rarely spoken about: the loneliness that comes with leadership. We've all heard the phrase, "It's lonely at the top." But what does that really mean? Why does leadership, a space filled with meetings, decisions, and constant engagement, still leave so many leaders feeling isolated? Today, we will unpack that, and I will share some insights on how we can move beyond this quiet struggle. Segment 1, the silent weight of leadership. There's an image we often attach to leadership: strong, confident, unshaken. Yet beneath that surface, many leaders are holding an unseen weight. Decisions that can't be fully shared, responsibilities that feel too heavy to delegate, and emotions that remain bottled up because, well, who can I talk to about this without seeming weak? This pressure shows up for both men and women, but there are layers to it. For many women who lead, there's an added pressure to prove themselves, to be seen as competent, assertive, yet still warm. The result? They often carry an invisible burden of overperformance, feeling as though they must balance leadership with the expectation of being nurturing and approachable. Men, on the other hand, often wrestle with societal messages that say vulnerability is a weakness. So they may isolate themselves even further, convinced that they must carry their challenges alone. Either way, the result is the same: disconnection, not just from others, but from themselves. Segment 2, how loneliness shapes leadership. When leaders feel isolated, it doesn't just affect their mental and emotional well-being. It shapes how they lead. Some become rigid, fearing that openness will compromise their authority. Others withdraw emotionally, making it harder for their teams to trust and connect with them. And here's the real tragedy: some of the most inspiring leaders are those who feel deeply. Yet, when that emotional richness is buried under layers of responsibility and silence, it's easy to lose touch with the very heart that once made them so effective. But here's the thing: the heart never forgets who you are. Even in those moments of doubt, your heart holds the quiet wisdom that knows when to lean in, when to pause, and when to speak with courage. The challenge is that corporate spaces, with their pace, pressure, and politics, often drown out the heart's voice. And that's where loneliness thrives, in the silence created when we stop listening to ourselves. Segment 3, reconnecting with self and others. So how do we break this cycle? I believe the answer lies in alignment, the kind of alignment that goes beyond strategy or KPIs, the alignment between a leader's inner world and their outer presence. One of the most powerful ways I have seen leaders reclaim that alignment is through intention. And believe it or not, something as practical as what you wear can be part of that intention. That's why I created Suave, a bespoke suit brand designed to connect leaders back to their essence. A well-crafted suit is more than just fabric. It's a reflection of who you are, your values, your presence, your intention. When you step into a suit that's been designed for you, something shifts. You remember your story. You feel rooted in your identity. You walk into rooms knowing that wearing this is not just a garment. It's an extension of your truth. For leaders who feel isolated or disconnected, wearing something that upholds their essence can be a powerful reminder that I belong here as I am. Because true leadership isn't about mimicking someone else's style or voice. It's about showing up fully as yourself from the inside out. Let's look at the wisdom of the heart and water for some insights. Stepping into alignment isn't always easy. It requires trust in yourself and trust in your story, and trust in something bigger than yourself. This is where I lean deeply into the wisdom of water. Water is powerful, not because it forces its way forward, but because it moves with intention. It finds its way around obstacles, not by pushing harder, but by flowing with grace. As leaders, we can learn from this when we stop forcing ourselves to have it all together and instead allow ourselves to flow, to soften, to pause, to reconnect with what our heart is saying. We create space for authentic connection. Water reminds us that strength doesn't always look like force. Sometimes strength is found in stillness, in listening, in trusting, and even when the path feels uncertain, there's wisdom in moving gently, but intentionally. When we combine the wisdom of water with the power of wearing something that upholds our essence, like a suave suit, we step into a leadership presence that is calm yet commanding, gentle yet unwavering. And that's what dissolves the loneliness. When you realize you don't need to force connection, you can simply flow into it. Segment 5, embracing connection as a leadership strength. If you are a leader feeling this quiet loneliness, I want to remind you that you don't have to carry it alone. Build spaces where you can connect authentically. Whether it's with peers, mentors, or even a trusted coach, allow yourself to be seen, not just for your successes, but for the questions you are still sitting with. And most importantly, lean into the wisdom of your heart. Let it guide you like water, calm, clear, and unwavering in its knowing. Because here's the truth. Leadership isn't about standing alone at the top of the mountain. It's about standing firmly enough in who you are that others feel safe enough to journey with you. And that's not lonely at all. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Fluff in the Corporate Space. If you are feeling that weight of isolation, know that there's room for connection, and I would love to walk that journey with you. Until next time, may you lead with courage, with heart, and with the wisdom of water, gentle yet powerful enough to carve new paths. Remember, like water, flow with ease and gentleness, and let's continue navigating the currents of our own lives. Until next time. Thank you.